Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, welcome back again to our lessons. In this video, we will study Module 4A Grammar on page 55. In this lesson, we will study conditional sentences type 3. Type 3, that means that we studied or we have studied type 1, conditionals type 1 and type 2. Type 1, we use the present. In type 1, we use the present and the future will to express possible things that can happen or may happen. In type 2, conditionals type 2, we use the past simple to express the unreal present, unreal things in the present or the future. We use type 2, past simple and would plus infinitive or verb 1. In this lesson, we will take conditional sentences type 3 to express the past, the unreal past, untrue past, things that happened or didn't happen in the past. Look at the extract from the text and answer the question that follow. Number 1. If I had known things would turn out this way, I would have stayed at home. Did the writer know what would happen? No, he didn't know. Did he stay at home? No, he went out. He didn't stay at home. How does he feel about it? He feels sorry about it. He regrets it. He regrets going out, okay, and not staying at home. Here in B, read and complete the rule below. Conditional sentence type 3. They are used for unreal situations in the past. Unreal situations, المواقف غير الحقيقية in the past في الماضي. Or to express regret أو نعبر عن الندم about something that happened or didn't happen. If, we use if and past perfect. Past perfect means had and verb 3. Had plus verb 3. Like had eaten, had studied, had played, had gone, had written, and so on. The result or the second sentence verb will be would, could, might, and have. Okay, we use would or could or might plus have, okay, and past participle verb 3. Okay, here we use if, past perfect, would, could, might, have, and past participle. Conditionals type 3 are used to talk about unreal or imaginary situations, مواقف خيالية غير حقيقية, in the past, not in the present. If I had found a better job, I would have quit a long time ago. This is unreal situation in the past. To express regret, if I hadn't gone to bed so late last night, I would have woken up on time this morning. The third usage of conditionals type 3, to criticize somebody or something. لكي تنتقد شيء أو شخص. If you had completed your degree, you might have found a better job. I can say also, if you had studied harder, you would have got a better mark. Okay, this is conditional type 3. Here in this practice, complete the dialogues using the correct form of the verbs. This is on conditionals type 3. That means that we will use the past perfect after if in all the spaces, in all the sentences. We use after if past perfect. And the second verb may be would, could, or might, plus have and verb 3. How did Tony do in the interview? Not too well. If his CV, after if we use past perfect. So we say here, yes, good, had been. If his CV had, and past participle of be is been. Had been more professional. He would, we can say would, or could, or might have, and verb 3 of get is got. He would or could have got the job. Maybe next time. Number 2. It's a shame we missed the documentary. If we, after if, past perfect, if we had, and verb 3 of know is known. If we had known what time it was on, we can say here would or could or might, we would have watched it. We would have watched it. Yes, you're right. Number 3. What do you mean he disappeared into thin air? I know that. It sounds incredible. But if you, past perfect, if you had, and past participle of see is, yes, seen, good. If you had seen it, you, we can say, would or could have believed it. Would have believed it. Number 4, it was a bad idea to wait for the bus. Yes, I know. Pay attention here. The result is before if. If is in the middle of the sentence. So after if here, we use past perfect, and before if we use would have or could have and past participle. So we can say here we would have we would have arrived earlier, or we could have arrived earlier. We might have arrived earlier, okay? If we had walked home. Number 5, did you buy a laptop? Well, I went back to the shop and they had none left. I was so disappointed. If I had known, they were so popular, I would have, and past participle of buy is bought. I would have bought it when I first saw it. Now go to the workbook to answer the questions on this exercise. Okay, the grammar here. Also, we use if here. Read the text below and put the verbs in brackets in the correct form. Sometimes life is full of surprises. If I not see the advertisement in the newspaper, if I hadn't or had not seen the advertisement in the newspaper about a short story competition, I would or could or might have never discussed it. Okay, I would never have discussed it with my best friend. He was the one who encouraged me to take part in it. If I had not taken part, yes, if I had not hadn't taken part in the competition, I, yes, I wouldn't, I might not, I can say I might not, or I wouldn't have won. Past participle of win is won. I wouldn't have won first prize. The most amazing thing was that the first prize was a trip to Cairo. If I had not hadn't taken my friend's advice, I wouldn't have and past participle of have is had. I wouldn't have had the chance to visit this magnificent city. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. Let's complete. Last month, Ian had a car accident. Fortunately, it wasn't anything serious. If he hadn't, the past participle of wear is worn. If he hadn't worn his seatbelt, he would have, we can say would have or could have been or would have been seriously injured. Of course, he if he had been more careful, more careful, he would have or could have or might have avoided such an unpleasant incident. Okay, thank you. Here we will stop in this video. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye and good luck.